Greetings, everybody. Well, if this is working and has worked, then some of you will be listening to this on the podcast, and some of you may even be watching this live at the aBlogtoWatch Weekly Live YouTube channel. So, to get it started, we're going to see who we've got here this morning. So, first up, David, where are you and what are you wearing?
That's right. I'm in Budapest and I'm wearing this sweatshirt. That's all for today. Since I'm home and we already talked about this, that I don't wear a watch at home, so
Don't wear watches at home. It's just
not much.
a ridiculous concept.
Yes.
Ripley, where are you and what are you wearing?
I'm in Los Angeles. It's a bit after midnight. So I took off my Garmin, which I was wearing because it's my alarm clock, and I put on the IWC Pilot's Watch Chronograph 41 on this colorful
Very
strap
nice.
habit thing. It's I believe it's called the IME as far as it matches everything, but it's I just like it because it's colorful.
Good, good. Leslie, where are you? What are you wearing?
I'm in Dublin, Ireland, and I am wearing a Breitling Transocean.
Very
It was
nice.
cheap at an auction recently. So.
Oh, very good, very good.
Well,
Always
yeah,
always
good.
fun to get a bargain. Will, where are you? What are you wearing?
I'm in Kent in England, and I'm wearing the Rolex Milgauss, the GV.
Very nice indeed. Who else have we got? Anchor, where are you and what are you wearing on the wrist?
Good afternoon from Nepal. I'm wearing the Reverso Duo Face. Beautiful watch.
Every week somebody comes on wearing a reversal just to tease me, don't they? Ariel, where are you and what are you wearing?
I'm in Los Angeles and I'm wearing the latest G-Shock Rangeman. This is the one that has all the sort of smartwatch features, heart rate monitor, stuff like that, but it looks cool and not like a fitness watch. So there's a lot to learn about this, and it's yellow and I like it.
Very good, very good. And I'm in Scotland. I'm wearing a Panerai because that's just how I roll. So there we have it. Good. Right. Let's play Hit Miss Maybe. And this week we are going to start off with everyone's favorite, or maybe not, the Blancpain. Let me share a screen. The Blancpain 50 Fathoms, Swatch, Scuba 50, Black Ocean Storms, something. It's just named after an ocean that doesn't even exist on the earth. So, hands up, who's worn one of these or worn a moon swatch?
I own one of these. I own the Arctic one, the brown and orange one.
All right, okay. So it's your fault, is what you're saying.
So wait, is this one called the oil spill?
No. It's based on an ocean that doesn't exist on Earth. So they already made Earth's oceans with the original launch. So they needed more oceans. So they looked to the moon for an ocean. Now there's no water on the moon, but it does have Maria. So we kind of have the largest one of those lending its inspiration to this. So if the moon had an ocean, it would be this.
Pretty sure we have a Black Sea.
Oh, well, that's a sea, Ariel. It's a sea. This needs to be an ocean. So
hey, it's at least 91 meters deep, isn't it? Come on.
Yes.
Well, if we open up to all bodies of water, then
I'm just saying, before you go to like a different planet or something.
They should find all the bodies of water that are exactly 91 meters deep.
Is there a bunch of water under our crust or something? I mean, come on, we have no shortage of this stuff on our planet.
Well,
Yeah.
it is funny that they have chosen a non-body of water at all. You know, it might be the
For a
ocean
dive
equivalent.
watch.
Yeah, it might be the ocean equivalent on the moon, but you know, I thought the moon was Omega's thing.
They can't keep their story straight.
Yeah. Well, let's give it a wee vote then. So on the count of three, get your paperwork ready. Is it a hit, a miss, or a maybe? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 3 maybes, 2 hits, and 2 misses. Okay, David, why is it a maybe?
So maybe because I like the looks. It's a cool looking watch. I'm not really sure about the concept and the repetition in the way that they are, they just keep on releasing these every once in a while. So execution, so, but the looks, is a hit for me.
Ariel, how did you vote? And why?
I said maybe. I mean, the design is great, and I say that as someone who, well, likes the 50 Fathoms. I don't want a $15,000 version, and I don't want a $400 version. I'd like a $2,000 or $3,000 version. So that's my sweet spot.
Ariel always after the watch that doesn't actually exist. Good stuff.
That's how I
Ripley,
have to keep searching.
Ripley, how did you vote?
I said it's a hit. So it's a hit for me, but not because it would be the watch I'd buy.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a good looking watch. I think it's probably the best looking and most versatile among all of the 50 Fathom Swatch ones. But for me, if I'm buying, it just seems like a plastic version of a $15,000 Blancpain, where I'm the guy who got the yellow moon swatch because the whole point of getting one of those was to get something that doesn't exist in Omega's catalog. I didn't just want a cheaper plastic version of an Omega. I wanted something that didn't exist in Omega's catalog. And with this, I wanted something that didn't exist in Blancpain's catalog. That's why I ponied up the $400 for this orange and brown tan thing with the vintage dial. I kind of like the fun novelty aspect of it. It's, you can read my full review on the website. There's a couple thousand words there about it. But, for this one, it's a hit for me because contrary to my personal preferences, most people prefer the traditional colored moon swatches. So for this one, I mean, Blancpain's going to be printing money as they sell these off for $400 a pop, and this is probably going to be the most popular one because it really is the one that you could wear on a daily basis as your everyday watch.
Okay,
Here's a question: where does Blancpain make more money, selling one of these or a strap?
That's a good
Ripley,
one.
I want to challenge as to whether you're just saying this is a hit to support the resale price of the one that you own.
I do not care about resale value of any watch. It's all theoretical to me. People always ask me, like, what if the watches became worth nothing? I'd say that'd be great. I could buy up all the ones I can't afford now, so
You can't service it, so it will become worth nothing.
It's only a matter of months.
No, but it comes with a 2-year warranty. You get a 2-year warranty on it. So for at least 2 years, you're covered. And then after that, then it might become worthless.
So just replace it. I love it.
So countdown to destruction. Leslie, how did you vote and why?
It just annoyed me. I voted miss because, I mean, it's landfill. I mean, look, if it was a quartz movement, at least you could swap out the quartz. You could find a way to open the thing, unglue it or whatever. But you can't do anything with the System 51. And so they just annoy me. I mean, we should start making real watches and stop making this. I mean, yeah, it's just landfill. If you want to spend $400, it's too much. It's too much. I've no interest. I mean, it looked pretty enough, but I would never wear it. I would never advise anyone to buy it. I don't get it. I just don't care. Sorry.
Will, how much do you care?
I voted it a hit because I really like the look of it. I didn't want to like it for some reason, some very probably snobby reason, but I really liked it.
There's the man surrounded by gold painting in the background.
It's all stolen stuff, isn't it? It reminded me that I went to the Dubai Mall in April last year. And I had a look around, and most of the watch shops were really super busy, IWC, etc. But the only one that was really empty and quiet was the Blancpain one, and it was the most beautiful one, and it was really sad. And when I kind of approached the shop, the guy looked so excited and so smiley, and he gave me lots and lots of, not a free watch, but lots and lots of stuff, and he was like really passionate about it. And I think that's kind of obviously been Blancpain's problem, is that it's not appealing to another generation. So yeah, but I like this, and I just want to try and feel it in the flesh, really, I suppose. But I voted it a hit. I like it. I like the look of it.
So you didn't go into the Blancpain boutique in Dubai and say, "You sell any swatches in here?" Just to get his reaction.
Yes, what you really need is a plastic, very cheap version.
That'd get folk interested.
Well, I did do that in Las Vegas, and they were not at all thrilled by my inquiries. I saw the briefcase in the window. And figured, well, inquire to see if they sold them. They do not. It was there for promotional purposes, so I politely left because I don't have $15,000.
What does it mean when, to encourage customers in your store, you advertise a different brand in the window?
Well, their name's on it too. It counts.
Sort of.
You can buy it.
Not
They're
enough for
promoting
them to
something.
sell it, of course.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay, we are going to move on and we're going to play Hitmas maybe on a vintage watch. Well, does it technically qualify as vintage? We're gonna go back in time and pretend that we're at the original formation and the original launch of the first Seiko that was a uh, that was launched. I'm trying to get the date here. Excuse me for a second. The SBWA001 spring drive, the first spring drive that was launched. So let's get some pictures, which are kindly provided by Anthony, who took some pictures of these watches. Do check out his website at plus9time.com. So let's share some images for a moment. So there you go. There's the original spring drive as modeled by Anthony. And what I want you to imagine is that you are there at the release of this watch and you're playing Hitmas maybe back in the day. So you're not allowed to vote on it on the basis of all the history that's occurred and all the nice cuddly feelings you may have towards Seiko, Grand Seiko, or Spring Drive. You're looking at this fresh on the day of release and you're giving an opinion. And what is your opinion if you see this watch on day one? I should also say that Anchor has had to disappear momentarily. He may be back. So on the count of three, you see this for the first time. Is it a hit, a miss, or a maybe? We have 3 hits, 2 maybes, and a miss. Frankly, I think I'm the only one that's telling the truth. But you see this for the first time, you go, no, this is pretty ugly. It's asymmetric. It's what is this nonsense about spring drive? This will never work. This will never take off or get the respect it deserves. But David, why would you have voted this as a hit on day
Yeah, I
one?
tried. I just tried to picture myself saying this borderline futuristic alien-looking watch and the bracelet with those little lugs and springs and stuff showing. I think it's kind of cool. It has, again, this like Ripley kind of vibe to it from the Alien movies. I quite like that. I think it's very cool. And the technology is just bonkers. I mean, I would have tried to wrap my head around it in 1999, just how it worked. So it's definitely a hit for me.
Still not convinced. Still not convinced. Who's up? Ariel, how did you vote and why did you vote?
I vote hit. First of all, this is coming off the era of backward jeans, and they said, hey, let's just put the lug bar on the top there all backwards. So I was like, okay, way to think a little bit forward there, Seiko. Look, the spring drive mechanism, and I was there at Seiko, and I saw way too much detail. It took them like 30 years to get done. They tried to do this for 30 years. It was such a big deal when they finally made it work. The right mixture, they called it the break, literally stopping the spring from unraveling and generating enough power to operate a quartz oscillator. Like, that was just so freaking hard to do, and getting it right was just fantastic. For them, it was like the ultimate hybrid between what we love about mechanical watches and the accuracy of quartz. And it's still to this day, the greatest hybrid movement, from the country that later brought you the Prius, which is, basically the greatest of the hybrid cars, love it or not. It's still super legible. It's sporty. Okay, it's got that asymmetric part, but, lots of spring drives have had that since. And so this really is a merger of an era of watches that really ended in sort of around 2000 and the next generation and so much stuff that came after. So it's definitely a transitional product. It wasn't even automatic. It wasn't until much later in, I think, Grand Seiko that they brought back a manually wound version of the spring drive as a much higher end thing. So it has a lot of novelty in the sense that it doesn't have that element. It's 3 days of power reserve. It's got a power reserve indicator. So it's okay as manually wound. Really nicely finished, for a movement like that. So as a collector, I'm just wowed by something like this. I really want this in my collection.
Ripley, how did you vote and why did you vote that way?
I mean, it's a hit. How can it not be a hit? How often does a new movement come out? So if a new version of a spring drive that was totally pioneering and not like anything else really from a conceptual standpoint came out today, I would say it's a hit just because some brand went through the trouble of making that in the first place and didn't just do another Swiss leather escapement. Now, from an aesthetic point of view, we look at that into 2024 going, oh, I don't know if I'd necessarily wear that. But look back at that era. Like the tag link was the bee's knees back at that time. And like, look at that today. That bracelet did not hold up to today's standards. That would have been really, really cool. Think of what was going on in that era. It looks like some kind of bizarre Michael Bay Transformer version of a kind of a what the Seiko 5s look like today. Super cool as far as I'm concerned, especially for the time. And then if you had any doubts, just look at that case back view. That does it for me. You know, if you don't like the way it looks, flip it upside down and just look at the case back. That thing looks great.
Great. Leslie?
I know that when this came out, I vaguely remember when it came out. I mean, I just was really skeptical about quartz at the time, and I think I would have been okay with its quartz. I know I would have gone maybe. I know I would have. I don't like the bracelet. I wouldn't have liked it then either. But I just know I would have gone maybe. I would never have gone hit. And I wouldn't have gone miss either. I would have been on the fence. I would have been skeptical. I would have been, ooh, maybe. This is interesting. It's different. But yeah, I don't think I could ever have gone hit back then.
Good stuff. And Will?
I said maybe, but I'm thinking maybe more of a hit now. It captures
you're clearly the weak. You're the weak link in this team, because last week Ripley got you to change your mind, and this week he's also done a job on you.
It's
have some backbone, really man.
He wants to talk to me about a timeshare later on, so I'm a little bit nervous. It captures the aesthetic of the time. I like the watch. It's futuristic, and yeah, I'm a sucker, so I probably would have gone for this. Yeah.
Great stuff. Right, let's move along to our final watch of today, which I expect to be slightly divisive. But it will be interesting to see what everyone's views are. This is from the house of Jean-Claude Biver and Bucherer, a take on the Biver watch's timepiece. You can read the text there. A mechanical marvel, the Carillon Tourbillon, but it's got lots of jewels on it. So I think that might have a bit of an impact on at least one member of the team here, whose name starts. Actually, that's interesting. Your name starts with the same letter that it finishes, David. So we'll come to you in a minute, but let's see. Everybody, let's get a vote on whether this is a hit, a miss, or a maybe on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. Okay, 4 hits and 2 misses. I'll very quickly say this is exactly what I expected Jean-Claude Biver to come up on day 1. This is the watch you wanted when he launched this brand, just completely like covered in stuff. So I love this. Such an improvement over the standard version. It's just got that pizzazz, that enthusiasm that I just felt the original just didn't have. But what did everyone else think? David, you voted a hit.
Yes.
Just because it's got shiny stuff on it, isn't it?
It's because it has shiny stuff on its case back. That's where it got me. I'm not sold on the rest of it mostly, but you know, when I saw that case back, I was like, finally, why has it taken so long for somebody to put freaking gems into a case back? And it's here, and it was totally worth it.
Ariel?
One of the things I realized about the Biver brand is that what we expected from him as an art lover, as a collector of timepieces, as someone that likes crazy modern stuff, what he's done with his own brand, at least for now, is make watches for the retailers. These are very sellable watches. You can see a lot of consumers, they understand the complication. Tourbillon, I understand that. Mender Repeater, understand that. Precious Stones, I understand that. There's really nothing to explain here. And it's because there's this elite group of retailers around the world that sell these outstanding timepieces to people that want to spend on average about $500,000 to $1 million per watch. And this is how you sell one of those without having to beg someone for 8 months. It's just, as long as you like the colors and you're into Galushat, that's the Stingray strap, and you have that money, you're basically in. And so Biver has created a very marketable platform right now. Maybe in the future, we'll see what we consider to be things that are from his heart that really speak to him and his, maybe more artistic side. I guess the only other downside is I hope it also comes with the bracelet, or maybe you have to pay a bunch extra because the bracelet that comes with is cool. But I guess this is the white gold version. Usually the ones are titanium. I don't know. It's hard. I think any of us, if we were handed this, we just like wear it instantly.
Ripley,
Oh, yeah.
you say you're wearing this instantly, I assume?
Oh yeah, one on each wrist and two for each leg. Absolutely. Like if they've made that many pieces of this, yeah, absolutely cover me in them.
This is like
You-
one.
Yeah, I mean, if I won the lottery, I wouldn't tell anyone, but there would be signs. I'd be clad in these things. I mean, as someone who's half Japanese, give me some stingray skin. It wrapped the katanas, the traditional samurai swords. So I'm all here for it. Plus, I wear a lot of blue. Green's my favorite color. But yeah, more diamonds and sparkly stuff, more better. So absolutely, 100% for me.
I want someone to say, I wear a lot of stingray.
It's my favorite of all the Rays. Ray Winston, Stingray. Right, Leslie and Will, you both voted miss, I think, on this.
Yeah, I don't want the diamonds. I want understated. I mean, I don't want people staring at me, and I probably have a pocket.
At the
handkerchief
OPEC
big
board
on
meeting,
that.
that's very understated.
Yes, possibly. The money as well. My God, it's just obscene the amount of money. And I mean, those stones, if you took them out, they're only going to be worth about 50 quid. I just know.
Just no.
Well, I mean, I think of Jean-Claude Biver as someone who revives brands and does interesting things. I mean, the way he, someone who loves the concept of timekeeping. This is not about timekeeping. This is about bling and about look at the goddamn blue on my wrist. I just hate it. I'm sorry.
Just no. We should have an additional sign. Hit, miss, maybe, and just no. Will, you voted no as well.
Just no, for the very same reasons that have just been said. It's too flashy. I'm not a fan of jewels on the watch, and yeah, I think it could have been something a bit more interesting than what it was. So no, it didn't excite me at all. So it was a miss.
But it go with your jumper so well. You've got half the work. Ripley's
30 seconds with that watch on your wrist and you're changing your mind. I guarantee you.
If you send it to me, I'll do a review.
Yes.
And then
Graciously offered.
Well, it is one of those things where I really feel like not seeing it in person, you're judging it based on like, would I wear this extravagantly priced thing? But like Ariel said, like if you see it in person, it's going to be just a visually impressive object. There's all sorts of things where I go into it thinking I would never in a million years wear that. And then I see this and I'd be like, yeah, I would rob a man and kill a man for this. This is fantastic. This also secures my family's financial future, but that's aside the point.
What do we think about the stone dial? That's been something which has been on most, not all, but most, actually maybe all of the Carillon Tourbillon so far. I think it's a nice thing. They've done it well. They have these curved pieces of rock. It's overshadowed by everything else on the watch, but I think that's quite tasteful.
And there was silence.
Yes.
They're like, stone what?
No,
Ripley
I
clearly
like
likes stone. He's sitting in front of a
There's a
stone
dial.
wall.
Yeah, I mean, do I like stone? Look at me here. Yeah, absolutely, I like some stone. No, I like a stone dial. I think with today's manufacturing techniques and the way manufacturing as a whole is moving forward, there's going to be ways within the coming years to be able to, with the modern machines that are arriving, to really, really recreate really nice guilloche patterns and really elaborate patterns in a fully automated manner, where cutting a stone, affixing it to a dial, going through all the issues of drilling the hole and the break rate and all of that, it does express a level of craftsmanship and care and just monetary investment in the product that I think does withstand the test of time. And you see it reflected in other brands. Rolex, who's really kind of automated many aspects of their production to the point where they have their laser dials. They're moving back to stone dials because for the day-date collection and some high-level pieces, because it does express a level of craftsmanship and care that you can't really automate in the manner that you can an elaborately finished dial like some of the Grand Seikos. So I'm always here for a stone dial, even when it's something that I wouldn't necessarily wear on a daily basis. I love when brands do it on a high level, and this looks beautiful with the blue gems everywhere else on it.
Great stuff. Well, that is us for this week, although there is one surprise. So, without knowing the watch and what Omega are about to release, you may have seen they've trailed a new Speedmaster, which does seem like quite a long time since they launched a Speedmaster, bizarrely, because there's normally one every other week, but it does seem like it's been a while. So, without even seeing the watch, is it a hit? Is it a miss? Or is it a maybe? Predict what it's going to be in your own minds. Hit, miss, maybe. We have 1, 2, 3, 3 maybes and 3 hits, so it's a completely divisive watch. So there you go. That's probably going to be about right. Anyway, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us online. Do check out the show on your podcast of choice. Do follow, like, subscribe, do all of those things to the aBlogtoWatch YouTube channel and the aBlogtoWatch weekly live channel. And join us again around about 8:15 UK time next Tuesday if you're interested in playing along. So it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from all of them. Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone.